Hi, my name is Hayley and today is a Top 5 Wednesday. As always, I will put a link in the description to the host and the creators' channels and also the Goodreads Top 5 Wednesday group, so if you want to check those out, you're more than welcome. Today's topic is favourite first sentences. Number 5 is The Angel Experiment, which is the first book in the Maximum Ride series. This is a series about genetically modified beings with wings. I love this series. This is completely off topic, but I just want to say I love the first 3 books when they had, interesting title names and it wasn't like they gave up and just started using names as titles. And I'm just so sad about where this series went, and but whoever wrote the first 3 did a great job, because it probably wasn't James Patterson, because he doesn't write most of his books. So the first sentence is, the funny thing about facing imminent death is that it really snaps everything else into perspective. And the first few books are very much on this same wavelength. They're very fast-paced, they're very, things happen all the time, and I think this first sentence really gets you interested, because you're like, wait, imminent death? And why is there imminent death now? Book number 4 is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, and I'm kind of cheating on this one. It's more of a small little kind of poem kind of thing, and I just find it so beautiful and intriguing, and it's technically 4 sentences, but shh. First the colours, then the humans. That's usually how I see things, or at least how I try. I think it's very interesting, even if you don't think it's Death who's narrating this, that little intro in itself tells you that they're not quite human, whoever's speaking. Number 3 is The Bad Beginning, the first book in a series of unfortunate events, and written by Lemony Snicket. And I think the opening is very interesting, especially considering this is a children's series. That's how it's marketed. So the opening sentence is, if you are interested in stories with happy endings, you would be better off reading some other book. And yeah, I think that's just really intriguing, and it's so different to a lot of children's books who are so like, oh, it's so happy, it's so happy. Book number 2 is Skydiving Pleasant by Derek Landy, which is the first book in the Skydiving Pleasant series. What's a video by me if I don't mention Skydiving Pleasant? I don't have a physical copy with me right now, it's at my student house. However, I can redo the quote from my notebook. So, Gordon Edgley's sudden death came as a shock to everyone, not least himself. And obviously you want to know why Gordon Edgley has died, why that matters, and all of that stuff. And I would definitely recommend looking into finding out why Gordon Edgley died and why it came as such a surprise to him. So, and book number 1 is also another book that I don't have a physical copy for because it's at my student house. So I'm using the colour book, and the first sentence of Pride and Prejudice is as follows. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. Oh, I love Pride and Prejudice so much. And that opening sentence really gives you an insight into what the book is going to be about. There's obviously going to be a few rich men or a rich man, and there's going to be someone who wants to marry them, or in this case, wants their children to marry. And I think it also really sets up the mindset of Mrs. Bennet. This is something that she feels deeply, and it's in her bones. And she is so invested in this idea that it really catapults the whole story. And just love Pride and Prejudice so much. And as always, I will leave today's video with a quote. And this time it comes from a Chinese proverb, which is as follows. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. That's all from me. If you like this video, you can like if you want to. And if you want to see more from me and to be notified when I post a video, you can subscribe or know that I post every Wednesday and Saturday. I hope you have a really good day and thank you for watching. Bye!